How we doing today, Rex? It's a Friday. Doesn't seem like we just had a weekend. It's another weekend. What do you think? What are you doing? Want to go check out what all that racket was this morning? Actually, just a few minutes ago. We woke up early and then went back to sleep. And this is what we woke up to the second time. Right up there. Whatever it was, it's calmed down. So there was a hawk up in the tree. All right. So this is our environment today. Environ is that surrounds you. We are surrounded by pretty comfortable air. Came to the Cape of Cod yesterday for work and play and escaped the heat. Yesterday here in the Mid-Cape, it was in the mid-80s. Wow, just west of Boston, it was in the mid-90s. 94 in Norwood and Fitchburg. And then I visited Ginny in Halifax, southeastern Massachusetts. Also saw 93, 94 on the dashboard thermometer. Get down to South Dennis, went down the pond, and I could see the fog bank rolling in. That's what that is, stratocumulus fog. And it is going to burn off again today. It is beach weather for much of eastern New England. However, there are many fronts. I'm going to call this a very fronty weekend. On the map this morning, there is a cold front over the eastern Great Lakes that stretches into the Central Plains. Record cold this morning in Wisconsin in the upper 30s. What was that? Camp Walton, 38 degrees. The old record was 44. Almost cold enough for frost in Wisconsin. And meanwhile, 100 degrees in Texas and New Mexico and Arizona. And on the boundary, of course, Reed Timmer was there. 2 to 4 inch diameter hail across Colorado yesterday. That's the boundary. That boundary is staying put. We're not 100 and we're not in the 30s. We're kind of in between. Kind of flashing back to about, 2 or 3 months ago when I wanted it to snow. And I said, New England is the place where fronts are coming to dry. Well, that's not the case anymore. We have this next front coming in, and this morning on the satellite imagery, we already have some thunderstorm activity from, looks like Montreal to just north of Toronto to Ottawa. And this front is coming ever so slowly in our direction. This afternoon, slight chance of some severe thunderstorms around Lake Champlain and the Canadian border up towards Caribou, Maine, where it's only going to be in the 80s, so not quite a heat wave at the Canadian border. But for most of us south and east of that front, away from the ocean, today is day 3 of 90 plus. So places like Fitchburg and Norwood and many other locations, Hartford and Manchester, Concord, Bangor, are probably in the low and mid 90s again today. So that's a heat wave, 3 days of 90 in a row. Not on Cape Cod, and Boston only made it to 87 yesterday, so no heat wave in Boston, theoretically. Well, the thermometer's right at Logan Airport, so, thermometer's right at Logan Airport. So you're not gonna get the hottest weather when you have a thermometer next to Boston Harbor. But I bet at Fenway Park it was probably pretty close to 90 degrees yesterday. Coming down here because I wanted to show you these flowers. I think I showed them last week. And we've had another 2 inches of rain since then, but this is peak for these roses. Very pretty, aren't they? And the crow on my flagpole. Not long for this world. Anyhow, so the fronts are coming in here. I can show you the 500 millibar. There's the ridge in Texas. Wait a minute, we're taking a break for a bee. Okay, the ridge in Texas, and that's the hot weather. And then you have the upper level low over central Canada. That's the cold weather. So right in the middle of the nation, you have air coming from Mexico and west of Mexico on the south side, and air coming from western Canada on the north and west side. And that's the battle zone. And that battle zone is getting closer to New England, but the trough itself is going to stay to our west. Looks like a little bit of an offshoot of an upper level low is going to come through here Monday. So it looks like the worst of the weather in eastern New England is going to be Monday. And then you get a little break, a little ridging for a bit Tuesday. And then the trough itself, the big one, comes in here. Looks like next Wednesday, Thursday. So the guidance has backed off a little bit on how wet it's going to be on Tuesday and Wednesday. So maybe we eke out another nice vacation week next week with some nicer weather. We can watch the fronts here Oh, it's back to that 500 millibar. You can see the jet streaks there in the blue and especially the pink, and that one across south central Canada. That's a mean one next week, but that's going to be mostly to our north and west. So we're going to be on the edge of the real heavy bad weather, but it hasn't taken much lately to make it rain really hard around here. Here's the Boston 3 to 5 day. You have the temperature in the red and the dew point in the blue, and they come together each night. You see the 80s today, and then we're going to be having a dew point in the 70s and temperature in the 70s, so it's going to be a lot of fog and a lot of drizzle, and the thunderstorms threat is there, especially Sunday night and Monday, before the somewhat drier air comes in Tuesday, Wednesday. But the dew point stays up, so fog and showers and thunderstorms are coming back. Tomorrow will be the pick of the weekend, even though it's not that sunny. I'm escaping two other people walking their dogs because I don't want the interaction while I'm trying to focus here. Overall, the 10-day rainfall is still fairly impressive. So we are in a wet pattern, just a little less wet. The ocean temperature is now up to 70 degrees. There's Missy. We have a classic summer pattern where the thunderstorms are more west and north for next week. Lost my focus here. That's what happens sometimes. All right, so I'll leave you with what happened yesterday. I went to, my amazement, I went to see Ginny, happy birthday Ginny, thinking that we were gonna have to replace that butterfly bush because it had transplanted from Cape Cod, and they said no butterfly bushes survived the winter on Cape Cod, but haha, this one did. And my sister also has a cistern, and we made a new platform for a cistern yesterday out of an old school desk that's probably older than any of us. That was really fun. Fun day yesterday, and then with the brothers last night out to dinner here on Cape Cod. Wait till you see where we're gonna be tomorrow morning. All right, talk to you later. You were very patient, Rex. You did a good job. I was somewhat distracted. These are done in one take. I never tried 2 takes. And when I saw my neighbors walking the dogs, I get a little sidetracked, as I always do, but it comes off. It's very spontaneous, it's authentic. No rewind, no redo. Okay, on to yesterday's videos. How's that sandal digesting? I'm in a rocking chair on Ginny's porch. This is so neat. Look at this little cute porch. It's so nice. Garden, backyard garden. Wow, what's this pretty burgundy thing?
It's a holidays.
Some flamingos. The wind chime.
I think those are lilacs, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, they do look like lilacs, and they're babies. Oh wow, that lilac we pruned is looking pretty good, pretty healthy.
Look, it's turning yellow.
Are you collecting rainwater?
Oh yeah.
Where are you from? How's it getting there? Just from landing there?
No.
It's like full.
I know.
Does it rain very much here?
Yes.
Like 3 inches the other day?
Yes. No, more than that. This is in my butterfly garden. My big, there's this big and black-eyed Susans and the butterfly tree and the fences, and those are supposed to be wildflowers.
You get the birds. They must love this.
They do. So
It's a bird sanctuary. Any hummingbirds come by?
Yep, but the hummingbirds like the fuchsia.
Wow. Can squirrels get around that?
Yes, they can. My neighbor gave me that. And I pruned this and...
What are the hummingbirds like? The fuchsia?
Yep.
So this is where we did our major stump removal. So that was good. Where'd you get all these little stones?
I've been digging them up. Remember this? Jean Marie made these?
Oh, nice.
This one, nothing stays in it.
Plenty of rain in Halifax. I think we've had about a half a foot already, and it's only July 6th. Whose birthday is it?
Mine.
And you want to see the miracle of all miracles? This is from Cape Cod. Is that correct?
Originally from Canton, but yes, from Cape Cod.
It survived the winter.
Yeah.
a butterfly bush survived. I came here today expecting us to go shopping to get a new butterfly bush because the word was that not one butterfly bush on Cape Cod survived last winter.
Ta-da!
In the 90s, there are some bubbling cumulus. It seems like every time I come to Halifax, there are some bubbling cumulus. Very tall white pines.
Yeah.
And green grass in July. No irrigation, all natural. I hear a T-Rex in there.
Yeah.
He gets all lonely by himself. Needs to be part of the action. Purple door with sunshine. Who is it? You want to come out the door? Yeah.
Hi, baby.
No, it's hot out, isn't it? I just want to see what's going on out here. What is it? You ate my sandal. How do you feel about a purple croc? No? No purple Crocs for you today? Where's the rest of my sandal? Where's my sandal? Is it warm enough for you? We parked in the shade. Look what we got. A school desk. Is this the same one we had in Ezra Baker?
Probably.
Wait till you see what we're going to do with that here at the Good Deed Thrift Store in Pembroke, where the bubbling cumulus look a little bit like a bunny rabbit losing its ear. Glen Hill Brothers, Boston, Mass. Incorporated. Look, someone scribbled TSK on it. And look at all the scribbles in there. Those scribbles are probably 100 years old. So cool. And we're going to repurpose this old desk. Think we can fill this thing back up within another week? One of these a week? No problem. On the edge of fog, that's where we're living right now, and on the edge of a very high tide on Bass River, where everyone's enjoying it here because it's 10 degrees colder than it is in Boston. Not exactly colder, but it's 85 here as opposed to 95 there. What a mess. Who dug this hole?
No, we're coming in. These are my work clothes.
Who dug this hole?
I don't know.
What's up with this hole?
It's gonna be a garage.
There's holes everywhere.
Have you dumb dog?
How do we get in? Is there a gangplank somewhere? What is that?
I don't know. Are we coming in? Or are we going? I don't care.
Hi. Hi. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You come on.
If I don't.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Yeah, my back hurt. They're right on the water too, though. No, it's Main Street.